Hello, everyone. Welcome to the moon phase reading for the new moon from February 27th, 28th to the full moon on March 14th. Again, these moon phase readings are for the period of time just following the latest moon phase. So the new moon just finished up. And so this is for the period of time directly after that new moon as we head towards and into and through the coming full moon there in March 14th, about 6 days before the March equinox. These readings are a sort of spiritual weather report. It allows you to, if you're working with prayer or affirmations or magic or anything of that sort, it will help you understand the energies that will be in play during that time and things you might want to avoid or the things you may want to lean more into during the time period. I'm using, wow. Okay, we're just going to keep that handy for right now. So this time period is from February 27th, 28th to March 14th. And we're just going to use these cards. They volunteered out. There's 3 cards exactly. I love it when this happens. Okay, so we're just going to use these cards. I probably will not use the pendulum, so I'm going to put that over here. We have the 2 of Cups. If I can get it to focus for you. 2 of Cups, King of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. Now, what I find fascinating about this is it's almost like I want to do this. I know they came out that certain way, but it feels like this is a pairing. This time period from new moon to full moon is a pairing of the masculine and feminine, the yang and the yin, and that ability to join together, join those parts of ourselves together to work through the influences. It's looking at, if you are perhaps more masculine in what you do, looking more at the feminine, and vice versa. If you are more feminine in how you go about doing your magical work or your spiritual work, looking at the other side more closely and finding almost a third self, which is a conjoining and a combination of the two with the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is usually it is the lover's card for the minor arcana. Matter of fact, I like to think this is more of a lover's card and a card about marriage and commitment and interaction and partnership, even more than the lover's card, which can sometimes mean a very serious and important choice that has to be made. This is more about relationships with another person, or in this case, with yourself. And moving forward into this period of time is going to be very important that you find that balance between the 2 parts of yourselves. And the individual cards here also mean a great deal. So the King of Swords is very much about the intellect, sharpness, clarity, cutting through distractions, finding your way forward clearly and succinctly without a whole lot of emotion. It is about logic. The Queen of Pentacles is about working with what you have on the physical level, finances, your job, being able to work and combine to make a successful home, to make a successful stance or kingdom around you in the physical world. And then the cups are in the middle, right? The one suit that is missing here is Wands, which is about passion and fire and creativity. It's if you can take the sort of the male masculine. I'm even going to use gender, the yang equivalent of sharp logic and the yin equivalent of caring and nurturing your physical environment, then you will be able to find this central sense of peace and connection to this higher energy above. And it will start to connect and come down to assist you moving forward into and through the full moon. This is very much about the duality, conjoining the duality of those two energies, right? Let me think here. Let me just see, because I know it came out like this, but no, this is the way. This is the way. This is the way. So as we look towards the next few weeks, towards the full moon, what are some meditations you can have about that other part of yourself? Can you look at the yang, logical, taking emotions out of things? And if you're more yin, then perhaps you can pull on this and the energy of this card of being able to conduct business in your kingdom and the kingdom around you with mental acuity. So perhaps your meditations or the work you're going to do or the candle work you're going to do can be focused on bringing this element in if you are more in your everyday like this, and vice versa, vice, right? Simple thoughts, simple affirmations, any sort of work you do, try to find that blending as we come into this spring energy. Now we're talking, because this is definitely some spring energy, because we're coming up on the spring equinox. Winter is going to be fading, at least here in the northern hemisphere, and new life and new growth is going to start. Matter of fact, it probably already has, as far as sap starting to move and the initial seeds and plants that you see in early spring. You know what I mean? Like, those have started to germinate. Those have started, that the seasons have started to change already. And so, yeah, this is a combination of those two binary forces coming together into a third tertiary energy, which you can use to a great extent to push forward on things that you love, on things that you deeply, deeply care for on an emotional level. Real quick, I'm just going to look at the base card. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, loving to charge forward into emotional waters, right? And I think that's what, I don't know, it feels like that's what we're coming out of. Base cards sometimes can indicate the past, and that definitely feels that is the case in this situation. So coming out, because we had such an energetic push, right, after this last moon phase. And there was a lot of emotion. There was a lot of energy and sort of a charging forward into some emotional waters. And now the call, okay, I got what I needed from that. Now the call is a little bit more for balance. It's a little bit more for pulling from, recognizing what you need that is not your norm, and accepting it and pulling into it, leaning into it. Yeah, I like it. Okay, I'm going to pull the third card here, or the fourth card, which will come from the Angels and Ancestors deck. Okay, here are these cards. These are the smaller versions of the Kyle Gray Angels and Ancestor cards. I use these as punctuation. Did one just fall out? It sure did. Wow. This is a reading of jumpers, and I really like it. So let's see what this card holds. This is a card for extra information, extra punctuation about the combination of these three cards. Wow. Heart Guardian, let yourself love and let yourself be loved. Right? So these next 2 weeks, it's going to be about loving that part of yourself that you don't normally call on, or that perhaps you are, that you don't use as much. Because it's all about unity, right? It's all about that combination of who you are as a person, as a soul, as a magical being in a physical world, pulling on the other energies. So as we get into the spring, and especially that spring full moon, then you can start to really get a sense of progress and a sense of growth. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, okay, that's really cool. I love it. I love this card. Love and let yourself be loved. Some pretty good advice. So you may have noticed I have not been doing the weekly readings. I have been in a huge amount of transition. I've moved to a new city and had to get a lot of things in order. And the move is finally, for the most part, over. But we're still in transition because we have to move again in 3 weeks. It's a whole thing. So thanks everybody for your patience. I will have a weekly reading up this weekend for the coming week, and I'm going to try and get back on track now that things have settled a bit. And the Eight of Wands from the last moon phase has calmed down. They've flown on past, and they're on to other things. And so now I'll be working on this as well. I hope this has helped. If you have any comments or other questions about this, or how this might be applied in what you do, leave a comment down in the comment section. I would love to hear it. I love to discuss this stuff there. And you can also contact me at alongadifferentpath@gmail.com, especially if you want to get a reading. I am open for those. And we can open up a conversation about what we want to do the reading for you. And yeah, enjoy this energy that is just so comforting and loving as we go from this new moon and into the energy of this upcoming spring full moon. It's pretty exciting. All right, everybody, I'm going to leave that right there, and I hope you have a great few weeks. I will see you at the weekly reading. Peace and strength. Be well, everybody.